Your mind is trying to catch up to something your heart already knew. That's why you felt it before you could explain it. Not because you were desperate, not because you were lonely, not because you were imagining things. You felt a recognition, quiet, instant, deep-lied. Your spirit leaned forward before your thoughts could form a sentence. And that's the moment many people talked themselves out of what could have been healing. They call it too fast. They call it too strange. They call it, I'm being emotional. But what you experienced has a name. Spiritual familiarity. Angels say, your heart recognized them before your mind did. This is spiritual familiarity. Now listen carefully and stay close, because this message is going to steady you and sharpen you at the same time. Subscribe now. Don't treat this like a random audio you play once and forget. Make this your place of alignment, because the moment you leave, the noise returns, the overthinking returns, and the fear starts talking again. Subscribe and stay connected, because consistency is how clarity becomes your lifestyle, not just your moment. Spiritual familiarity is not obsession. It's not fantasy. It's not a shortcut to commitment. It's a recognition that happens when something in them matches something in you that has been praying, healing, and growing. People misunderstand it because they think love is only chemistry, or only logic, or only timing. But sometimes it's deeper. Your spirit recognizes safety before your mind trusts it. Your heart senses alignment before your brain can gather evidence. And that gap between recognition and proof's where many people panic. They either rush forward too quickly, or they shut down completely. Both responses can sabotage something meaningful. So today, you're going to do neither. You're going to learn how to honor the recognition without losing wisdom. Let's talk about the moment it happened. You met them, or you heard their voice, or you read their message, or you spent a little time with them, and something in you softened. Not in a weak way, in a relieved way, like your inner world exhaled. You didn't have to fight to be seen. You didn't have to perform to be valued. You didn't have to force conversation. It flowed, but not in a chaotic, addictive way, in a steady way. And afterward, your mind started doing what minds do. It began interrogating the experience. Why do I feel like this? This doesn't make sense. It's too soon. It's too different. I need to be careful. And yes, wisdom is good. But fear often disguises itself as wisdom when you've been hurt before. That's why you need discernment, not paranoia. Spiritual familiarity usually shows up when you've been through enough life to know what you don't want anymore. You don't want games. You don't want mixed signals. You don't want inconsistency dressed as mystery. You don't want someone who only shows effort when it benefits them. You don't want love that makes your nervous system suffer. You've cried enough, healed enough, prayed enough, learned enough. So when someone arrives who feels emotionally safer, your heart recognizes it instantly. But because peace is unfamiliar to a wounded heart, your mind may resist it. Your mind may call peace boring. Your mind may call stability suspicious. Your mind may call clarity too good to be true. And if you don't understand what's happening, you'll start trying to create drama just to feel familiar again. That's not you being difficult. That's your nervous system trying to return to what it knows. But you are not going back. You are not rebuilding pain just because pain is familiar. Now here's the mature truth. Spiritual familiarity is a signal, not a conclusion. It's a nudge, not a contract. It's the beginning of a process, not the final answer. Your heart recognizes them, but your mind still needs evidence. And evidence is gathered through fruit, through patterns over time. That's how you stay, both spiritual and safe. So let's define spiritual familiarity correctly. Spiritual familiarity is when the connection pulls you toward wholeness, not toward chaos. It makes you more honest, not more deceptive. It makes you calmer, not more anxious. It makes you more disciplined, not more impulsive. It makes you more intentional, not more desperate. It doesn't demand you abandon your standards to keep it. It doesn't ask you to shrink yourself. It doesn't seduce you into confusion. It feels like alignment, not addiction. And that's why your heart recognizes them first, because your heart is responding to what your spirit has been craving. Safety with substance. But we're going to stay responsible, because not everything that feels familiar is divine. Some things feel familiar because they match your wound, not your purpose. This is important. There's a difference between spiritual familiarity and trauma familiarity. Trauma familiarity feels magnetic but unstable. It feels like you're chasing. It feels like your mood depends on their attention. It feels like you're constantly trying to decode them. It feels like you're working harder than you should just to feel secure. Spiritual familiarity feels like your inner world settles. It feels like you can breathe. It feels like you can think. It feels like you don't have to abandon yourself to stay connected. So the question is not, do I feel something? The question is, what is this producing in me? Here are the signs you're dealing with spiritual familiarity in a healthy way. You're not losing yourself. You're learning yourself. You're not lowering standards. You're strengthening standards. You're not becoming smaller. You're becoming clearer. You're not getting pulled into secrecy and shame. You're getting pulled into honesty and growth. You're not being pressured. You're being respected. And as time passes, the relationship becomes clearer, not more confusing. That is a strong indicator of alignment. Now, let's bring this into real life. Because you're not listening for beautiful words. You're listening for a shift. Spiritual familiarity often appears in one of three seasons. Season 1, you've been praying and waiting, and you finally meet someone who feels safe. Season 2, you've been healing and rebuilding, and someone appears who matures the new version of you, not the old version. Season 3, you are about to settle again, and a connection interrupts your pattern, showing you what love can feel like when it's respectful. In each season, the temptation is the same, to doubt yourself, because people around you don't understand what you feel. They look at surface, details, age, background, timing, distance, appearance, and they judge. But they can't measure your peace. They can't measure your growth. They can't measure how your nervous system responds when you're finally treated well. God can, and you can. So what do you do with this recognition? You protect it, not by clinging, by building wisely. First, you slow your pace without shutting your heart. There is a difference. Slowing doesn't mean fear. Slowing means structure. You don't rush intimacy to secure commitment. You don't rush decisions to silence outsiders. You don't rush announcements to prove a point. You allow time to reveal character, because a person can act amazing for a week, but patterns reveal truth. Second, you keep your boundaries firm. Spiritual familiarity does not erase boundaries, it respects them. Boundaries are your protection, not your punishment. If your no is honored, that's fruit. If your no is negotiated, pressured, or punished, that's a warning. A spouse-level connection does not fear boundaries, it appreciates them. Third, you have mature conversations early. Not heavy pressure conversations, but real clarity conversations. Values, faith, integrity, money habits, family involvement, commitment expectations, conflict style, healing journey, purpose, direction, not because you're trying to interrogate them, but because you're trying to build reality instead of fantasy. Spiritual familiarity becomes dangerous when it stays in the dream stage. It becomes powerful when it comes into structure. Fourth, you watch how they respond to responsibility. Someone can speak beautifully and still be unstable. So watch follow through. Watch consistency. Watch accountability. Watch how they handle disappointment. Watch how they repair after tension. Watch whether they keep their word when it costs. Then, that's where maturity shows itself. Now let's talk about why your mind resisted at first. Your mind is not your enemy. Your mind is your history. Your mind carries the memory of what hurt you. So when something feels good, your mind scans for danger. It says, don't be fooled. It says, don't be embarrassed. It says, don't get attached. It says, don't trust too quickly. Those are protective instincts. But you must train those instincts to work with discernment, not against peace. Discernment doesn't panic. Discernment observes. Discernment doesn't accuse. Discernment asks. Discernment doesn't rush. Discernment builds. Here's a practical way to calm your mind without silencing your heart. Stop asking, why do I feel this? And start asking, what have they consistently shown? Because feelings can be strong and still be wrong. But for it the truth, has their respect remained? Has their effort remained? Has their communication remained? Has their integrity remained? Do they honor your pace? Do they protect your dignity? Do they show emotional stability? If yes, your mind can relax. Little by little, because evidence is being collected. Now, spiritual familiarity also comes with a test. Can you receive something healthy without sabotaging it? Some people sabotage by rushing. They try to lock it down fast because they're afraid to lose it. Other people sabotage by withdrawing. They act cold because they're afraid to be seen caring. Both reactions come from fear, and fear is not your leader anymore. So here's the healing shift. You stop treating love like something you must either grip tightly or run away from. You treat it like something you steward. You build steadily. You stay honest. You don't play games. You don't punish. You don't test someone with silence. You communicate like an adult. Because you're not trying to win attention, you're preparing for covenant. And since we're talking about covenant, let's be clear. Spiritual familiarity is often connected to purpose, not just romance. Purpose. That's why the connection feels deeper than appearance. Some of you feel like you can build with them. You can grow with them. You can pray with them. You can do life with them. It's not just I like them. It's I feel safe enough to become my best self. That is powerful. That is healing. That is the kind of love that breaks generational cycles. But let's keep wisdom on the throne. The right person will match your spirit in behavior, not just in vibe. They will match your spirit in integrity, in consistency, in discipline, in maturity, in their ability to repair, in their ability to communicate, in their willingness to build. Because real spiritual familiarity doesn't just feel warm, it produces growth. Now I want to speak directly to the listener who keeps replaying that first moment of recognition. You're thinking, why did I feel that? It's because your spirit recognized an energy you've been craving: calm, sincerity, stability, honor. And you're allowed to admit that. You're allowed to receive that. You're allowed to explore that wisely. You don't need to apologize for being drawn to health. You don't need to shrink your joy because someone else doesn't understand it. And here's another reason the recognition happens before logic. Logic is trained by society. Spirit is trained by truth. Society teaches you what looks acceptable. Spirit responds to what is actually safe. Society tells you what should impress people. Spirit responds to what will sustain you in private. Society loves performance. Spirit loves peace. So when your heart recognizes them before your mind does, it's not always immaturity. Sometimes it's evolution. Sometimes it's healing. Sometimes it's God showing you that your standards have changed, and your heart is now drawn to a different kind of person than you used to choose. So what do you do now? You stop listening to every voice. You stop handing your connection to people who love commentary. You protect your environment. You reduce overexposure. You keep your circle small, not because you're hiding, because you're building. Seeds don't grow well under constant touching. They need time. They need care. They need protection. And I want you to hear this with gentleness. The people who judge you are not the people who will carry your future. They won't be in your home on hard days. They won't be there when you need real support. They won't carry your marriage. They won't raise your children. They won't hold your hand through your storms. Their opinions can be loud, but they are not responsible for your life. So stop letting them live rent-free in your mind. Right now, you're going to choose a new foundation. Fruit over fear, peace over pressure, truth over noise. And that begins with one decision tonight. You will not sabotage what feels healthy just because it feels unfamiliar. You will not punish a good person for what a bad person did. You will not abandon alignment to protect pride. You will not rush to prove anything. You will build with wisdom. Keep listening, because what you're about to understand next will change the way you interpret that pull forever, and it will help you protect spiritual familiarity from turning into emotional confusion, so you can move forward with clarity, healing, and strength. Because the pull itself isn't the problem. The misunderstanding is. The fear is. The way your mind tries to protect you by creating worst-case stories is. And once you understand that, you stop arguing with your own heart and start guiding it with wisdom. Spiritual familiarity is often the first whisper of alignment, but alignment must be stewarded. That means you don't worship the feeling, and you don't run from it either. You treat it like a signal, and you build a structure around it so your emotions don't become your leader, and your fear doesn't become your prison. Here's the first thing your mind needs to learn. Peace can feel unfamiliar at first. When you've been trained by inconsistency, your nervous system expects love to hurt. It expects a chase. It expects confusion. It expects you to earn basic respect. So when someone shows up with steady energy, clear communication, calm presence, Respect for your boundaries, your heart relaxes, but your mind panics. Your mind says, this is too good. Your mind says, don't trust it. Your mind says, you're going to look foolish. That's not intuition. That's old pain trying to keep control. So take this as a healing moment. Don't punish a safe person for the damage done by an unsafe one. Don't interrogate peace until it turns into anxiety. Don't turn a calm connection into a chaotic test just because chaos feels familiar. Now listen closely, because this is where many people lose what could have healed them. They mistake spiritual familiarity for instant certainty. They start building a future in their mind before they've built evidence in real life. Then when life challenges the fantasy, they crash emotionally and call it betrayal. Wisdom prevents that. Wisdom honors the recognition and still requires fruit. Fruit is the language of truth, not vibes, not chemistry, not intensity. Fruit. So here's how you measure spiritual familiarity the right way without rushing, without hiding, without sabotaging. 1. Watch the consistency, not consistency when it's convenient. Consistency when it costs them. Consistency when they're tired. Consistencies when you say, not today. Consistencies when you don't give them instant access. A person who matches your spirit will not disappear when you protect your standards. They won't punish you for moving wisely. They won't turn their love into a reward system. They will remain steady. 2. Watch how they handle your boundaries. A boundary is a mirror. It reveals who is safe. When you say no, do they honor it or negotiate it? When you say slow down, do they respect it or pressure you? When you say I need clarity, do they communicate or avoid? When you say this is important to me, do they take it seriously or mock it? Someone who mocks your spirit doesn't fight your boundaries, they appreciate them, because boundaries protect covenant. 3. Watch how they handle correction and conflict. This is a big one, because a future spouse isn't proven by how sweet they are when everything is perfect. A future spouse is proven by how they repair. Do they take responsibility? Do they apologize without excuses? Do they change behavior, not just say sorry? Do they listen without turning everything into a battle? Emotional maturity is one of the clearest signs of alignment. 4. Watch their relationship with responsibility. Spiritual familiarity without responsibility becomes a beautiful trap. Responsibility looks like they manage their life, they handle commitments, they keep their word, they plan, they build. They don't expect you to carry them. They don't romance you with promises and then live in disorder. A spouse-level connection is two builders, not one builder and one passenger. 5. Watch the way you become in their presence. Do you become calmer, clearer, more disciplined, more honest? Or do you become anxious, needy, impulsive, and unstable? Alignment builds you. Trauma attachment drains you. Spiritual familiarity should pull you toward wholeness, not toward obsession. Now let's talk about why your heart recognized them before your mind did. Your mind uses logic, but your spirit reads patterns faster than your brain can explain. Your spirit notices safety cues. It notices sincerity. It notices emotional availability. It notices what feels clean. Some of you have never had clean love without games, love without manipulation, love without constant punishment. So when clean love touches your life, your heart recognizes it before your mind can label it. That is not weakness. That is growth. But here is where you stay wise. Spiritual familiarity is not a shortcut around discernment. It's an invitation into discernment. So you create what I call a peace protocols, something you follow when your mind starts spiraling. Step 1. Return to evidence. Ask, what have they consistently shown? Not what they promised, not what I hope, what they showed. Step 2. Slow your mouth, not your spirit. Don't announce every emotion to people who don't protect you. Don't overshare and then feel exposed. Keep your circle small and mature. Step 3. Speak directly, not indirectly. Indirect love creates confusion. Direct love creates clarity. If something matters, say it calmly. If you need clarity, ask it calmly. You're building adult love, not teenage guessing games. Step 4. Keep your standards visible. When fear rises, standards must rise with it. Not harshness. Standards, respect, honesty, consistency, accountability, clear intentions, mutual effort. Step 5. Let time do its job. Time reveals what excitement can hide. Time proves character. Time exposes manipulation. Time confirms maturity. Don't fear time. Use it. Now, spiritual familiarity also comes with a warning. Don't make the connection your identity. Some of you finally felt seen, and now you're tempted to make this person your oxygen. That's how good things become unstable. Keep your life balanced. Keep your routine. Keep your goals. Keep your prayer life. Keep your friendships with safe people. Keep your growth. Healthy love adds to your life. It doesn't replace your life. Let's address the outside noise, because it will come. People will judge what they don't understand. They'll reduce your story to one detail. They'll speak with confidence while knowing nothing about the fruit. They'll call your peace naivety. They'll call your standards too much. They'll call your happiness a mistake waiting to happen. But you must remember, most people don't respond to your relationship. They respond to what your relationship triggers in them. Your healing triggers their unhealed wounds. Your peace triggers their chaos. Your standards trigger what they settled for. That's why their opinions can sound loud. So protect access. Privacy is not shame. Privacy is wisdom. Not everyone deserves your progress report. Some people are not asking because they care. They're asking because they want a story. Don't feed that. Don't give your seed to hands that crush seeds. And here's something that will set you free. You don't need to convince people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Fruit will speak louder than your explanations. Over-explaining is often just anxiety trying to earn permission. Stop giving permission power over your life. Now let's bring this into real-life building. Because spiritual familiarity is not just about feelings, it's about a future. And a future requires clarity. So you have the conversations that mature people have. Where is this going? What does commitment mean to you? What are your values? How do you handle money and responsibility? How do you repair after conflict? What are your boundaries with friends and distractions? What does marriage look like to you? What kind of home are you? we build in. These questions are not pressure, they are protection. Anyone who wants covenant will respect clarity. Anyone who wants convenience will avoid it. Pay attention to avoidance. Avoidance is information. Evasiveness is information. Mixed signals are information. Don't romanticize confusion. Confusion is not a sign of depth. Confusion is often a sign of immaturity or hidden intentions. Alignment produces clarity over time. Now let's talk about your heart pulling you back even after you try to move away. Sometimes that pull is God refusing to let you settle for less. Sometimes it's God highlighting a person who carries what you prayed for: emotional safety, seriousness, consistency, honor. But sometimes that pull is your own unresolved pattern craving familiarity. So you test the pull with fruit. You don't test it with fear. You don't test it with drama. You test it with reality. Here are 2 simple sentences that can save you from sabotage. I don't want to rush this, but I do want to build it right. I'm drawn to you, and I'm also committed to wisdom. So let's keep clarity between us. A person who matches your spirit will respond with respect, not pressure. They will respond with maturity, not manipulation. They will respond with steadiness, not punishment. Now, this is the healing part. Your mind will try to protect you by making you hard. You'll want to act like you don't care. You'll want to pull away first so you can't be left. You'll want to become cold so nobody can hurt you. But hardness is not strength. Hardness is a scar that refuses to heal. Real strength is staying soft while staying wise. Real strength is loving without losing yourself. Real strength is building boundaries without building walls. You don't need to be cold to be protected. You need to be clear. And I'm going to say something that will sound simple, but it changes lives. Stop letting fear narrate your future. Fear always tells the same story. It won't work. You'll be embarrassed. You'll regret it. People will laugh. You'll waste time. Fear never asks, what if this heals you? Fear never asks, what if this is safe? Fear never asks, what if this is the answer to your prayers? Fear only protects your pride, not your destiny. So choose a new narrator. Truth, evidence, fruit, peace, wisdom. Now here's the part that makes this message urgent. Spiritual familiarity can be missed. Not because it wasn't real, but because you let anxiety make decisions. You let opinions make decisions. You let shame make decisions. You let overthinking make decisions. And then later you call it God removed them, when it was actually you retreating from what required maturity. That's why you will not play with this moment. You will not treat this like entertainment. You will not treat this like a nice message and then go back to the same patterns. Subscribe now and stay connected. This isn't optional. Support is the kind of steady voice you need when your mind gets loud, when people start talking. When you're tempted to sabotage peace because you're afraid to hope. Staying connected keeps you consistent, and consistency is how you break cycles. You don't break cycles with one emotional day. You break cycles with repeated truth. So here's your assignment after this audio. Protect your environment, tighten your boundaries, and measure by fruit. Stop explaining your life to people who don't build your life. Stop shrinking your joy. Stop punishing a good person for a bad past. Stop confusing calm love with danger, and start building like someone who is ready for covenant. Because spiritual familiarity is not there to confuse you. It's there to guide you toward what is safe, what is steady, what is mature, what is real. Subscribe, stay close, and let this become the season you stop losing good things to fear.